There are times when a beer's message is more important than the liquid that's actually contained within the can. And I think this beer is one of those times. And I'll explain why next. Let's go review things. Hello again and welcome back to Scott Review Things. Cold Friday late afternoon, what is it, 10 to 5 here in the shed. Doors are open, it's cold. Now this beer, I think it's got an important message, and which is why I had it last night on tap and I've picked up a can as well, because supporting local and supporting the beer industry as a whole, if you like your beer, it's important. And we're in an age where you get people like North Brewing Company this week that have been in trouble for some time. They've been taken over by whoever's taken them over, who own Magic Rock and all these other people. So they've lost their, what they lost? Have they lost their soul? Possibly now, I suppose. The brewery's going to the wall. By the Horns Brewing, I think they've gone this week, and it's just a constant cycle of hard to take sometimes with when you see some of these breweries, and a lot of breweries that you go, don't remember having anything by the Horns, but I've had some very decent beers from North. Are they going to be Keystone Group have taken over North? But this beer supports independent. It supports the little guy. And it's from Track, and it's Track up in Manchester, and probably over the last 5 or 6 months, probably the most consistent brewery that I've come across with the beers I've had. Someone's going to tell me, but I don't think I've ever done a Track beer. This is going to be the first time I think I've done a Track beer on the channel, but the beers that I've had have been absolutely fantastic from them. And this one's called Fusion, and it's about 5%, 5.1% pale ale. And you're going to say to me, Scott, what's so important about a 5.1% pale ale from Track in Manchester? So, let me take us some screenshots. So the blurb from Track about this: Fusion is a project that brings together our supply chain to give something back to the wider industry. If there's one thing we've learned about our sector, it's that there is a thread of togetherness that runs deep through it. From maltsters, hop growers, yeast labs and breweries to independent bars, restaurants, bottle shops up and down the country. When we were approached by our partners to create a brew that supports those who support us, we jumped at the opportunity. Our collective goal was simple: make a delicious, fairly priced keg that drives revenue directly to local bars during this difficult time. We know that this beer is no magic wand, but craft beer is built on a connection of community, and we are honoured to be part of it. This beer will launch nationally on Thursday. It says the 8th, but it was the 6th of February. So go down, get yourself a pint and support your local establishment. And it's got a huge thanks to Yakima Chiefs, Crisp Maltings, White Labs Copenhagen, and We Are Continuous for giving their time and ingredients for free, which means that the participating venues can get the maximum benefit. So I picked this up at the Brewer's Tap in Portsmouth, obviously, and I reached out to Lorna, who's the owner and manager of the brewer's tap to say, hey, what's the deal with this? Does each tap room get to keep the profit from the beer? And she's replied to me saying, so you had to apply, you had to be independent, and they sell it to the establishments cheaply with a recommended retail price, so they can get a decent margin as possible. And I think it's a cracking thing to do from Track. So all of the ingredients have been given free by the companies mentioned. They're then selling it on as cheap as possible, so that the establishments that are selling this beer get as much profit as they possibly can. And I think that's something to actually applaud. So this is a fusion. It's a pale ale, and it's got all of the companies down below. So Crisp, Yakima Chiefs, Track, White Labs, and the other one. And then the little logos down here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see them. 440ml can. It was about £5.50, something like that. Now, I did have it on tap last night, so I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I haven't had it. But I thought, if you see this in a tap room, in a bottle shop that you like, then go and pick it up, because it's helping your favourite establishment out, local independent establishment. And I think that's a huge thing to be doing in the climate we live in. So the beer in glass, I haven't got a Track glass, so I'm going to use my Disruptionist Brewing. That looks decent. Let's see, it's a pale ale. It's not going to be the best beer in the world, but it's the message that sends, I think, which is even more important in this case. Lovely, sort of lemony, orange, nicely lacing the glass. Nice foam whitehead. Go for a nose. Zesty, hoppy, orange, sort of peachy. Yeah, it smells really good. Cheers everybody. If you see it, please pick it up. And as ever, I gave this a 5 on Untapped. I scored it on Untapped last night. And the reason I gave it a 5 is because I think the message is more important. The beer is really good. It's a really good pale ale. Pale ales get a bit of a bad press. Can be almost nothingness of a beer sometimes if done badly. This is really good. Really good mouthfeel. Real, not overly carbonated. Nice stone fruit flavours. There's some orange. There's some sort of slight pithiness to it as well. Lovely, well-behaved beer with a solid message to boot. And the reason that we go to these tap rooms and local places is because we like them, and we need to support them more. And this beer supports your local tap room, bar, bottle shop, etc, etc, etc. And I just think it's an interesting idea from Track. And obviously beer's not cheap to make, ingredients aren't cheap, all the detergents and everything that goes behind the scenes isn't cheap. So the fact that these companies have given their ingredients for free, obviously Track have got to make some money out of it, but it doesn't appear that they're making a huge amount, and most of the profits then going off to the establishments that then sell this beer. I think it's to be applauded. I really do. And luckily, the beer that's contained within the can is of very decent quality. And I wouldn't expect any less from Track. Track have become, I know, if I pick a Track beer up, the one I picked up the other week, Trinity from Track, Rivington and Beak, with all of the lovely New Zealand hops in it was absolutely fantastic. And they're double IPAs. They're on the expensive side, some of them, but well worth the money. So I just think it's a great thing. I really do. And so if you see it in a place that you like locally, please pick it up. Fusion by Track, because it's going to help them out enormously. I'm going to give it a double thumbs up. My channel, I'll do what I fucking well want. It's a good beer. It really is a good beer. Let us know if you've had it. Let us know what you think of what Track have done here, because I think it's really, I think in a world where it's dog eat dog, I think it's a really good thing to do. I really do. And when I saw it drop last night, I thought I'm going to go and have that, because I want to support Track, obviously, because they're a great brewery, but I want to support the Brewers Tap because we love it in there. Actually went to Stag Really Good as well and had a fantastic night there. They've decorated their tap room and it looks absolutely fantastic. So that's all good. So just support your local stuff where you can. I know money's tight and we're not rich by any stretch of the imagination, but try and support locally as much as we can. So that's Track Fusion. If you see it around, please pick it up, because most of the profit, the majority of the profit, is going to go back into the place that you bought it from. And in the current climate, and with places going bust, etc., rises in business rates, etc., you're going to be helping people out. So yeah, let us know if you had it in the comments. Just leave a comment, like the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down. There's a subscribe button somewhere. That's free. Helps the channel grow a little bit. And I'll see you soon. Have a good evening. Cheers.